Hi guys, it's Liz. Today's class is going to focus on home practice, and by home practice I don't actually mean basically doing what you're doing right now, which is doing your practice at home but with a teacher, which is me. Although I'm very happy that you are. I've always been a really strong proponent of a home practice that is done without a teacher. Time on your mat to listen to your body, figure out what it is it needs, work at a pace that you want, play with postures you haven't gotten yet or you've just gotten and you want to get better at, refining and listening to your own inner voice. It's how I write my classes every week and what I teach. I generally get on my mat. Sometimes I have an idea of what it is I'd like to be doing, whether it's a body part or a posture or I don't know, a theme to my class, and then I sort of get on my mat and I write it out of movement. And other times I have no idea what it is I want to do, like today, and I just get on my mat and I sort of just try to figure it out, and eventually something emerges. Sometimes it's a theme, sometimes it's just a very general, good, all-level flow, so it really just depends. And although you'll be doing it with me today, I really want to encourage you through this practice to take a couple of moments to do your own thing. You can always press pause and play around a little bit with something, or take a variation of something, or change it up altogether if your instinct is guiding you towards something else. In this way, in this weird time, we're lucky to have technology and can depend on each other to practice in this way, but there'll be times where perhaps you don't want to put something on and don't want to listen to a teacher's voice and want to just listen to your favorite music and just move. So you're going to take this little path with me today and do my home practice with me, and we'll see where we land. So I hope you like it, and I hope it's good. We never know, but we'll give it a shot, okay? So we'll start on our hands and knees. Come to your mat. I'll just kind of crawl over here. And certainly when you get to your hands and your knees, you just want to make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are beneath your hips. And if you like, just turn your fingers out a little bit so your shoulders feel spacious. And we'll just start with a very simple Cat Vinyasa in order to connect with the breath. So with a deep breath in, allow your tailbone to lift, your belly to drop, your heart to lift. And then reverse it. Exhale, draw the navel up and tuck your tailbone, chin to the chest. Inhale, roll through to your cow back. And then exhale, round into your cat back. We'll do that a few times, just moving on your breath. So rather than me calling it each time, use your breath as the cue to move. Feel free to linger in any of the two positions, enjoying the stretch in both the front and the back of your body. Do it one more time, breathing in deeply. And exhaling fully. Nice. And let's come back on the inhale to arch the back. We'll lean forward, exhale, bend the elbows, and release your shoulders just level with your elbows. Press back up on your inhale. Round on your exhale, bring your seat towards your heels. Do that again. Inhale forward and arch. Lean forward, exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale back up. And then round, exhale, bring your seat towards your heels. Two more times. Inhale forward. Bend the elbows, exhale, halfway down. Inhale, push back up. And then exhale, round and bring your seat back to your heels. Do one more. Inhale, drawing forward. Exhale, coming down. Maybe you want to go a little further this time. Pushing back up on the inhale. And then round. Exhale, come back to child's pose for a few breaths. You can reach the arms out forward, or you can bring the arms next to your shins. You can walk the hands over to one side for a few breaths. And then you can do the other side. So take a few breaths here to sort of do what your body wants to do. Part of a home practice is as you're moving through these postures, you're sort of getting a feel for what body parts feel tight and what areas of your body feel like they need a little extra attention. And this way you can kind of move in that direction, use that as your guidance. Take one more breath in extended child's pose. And then go ahead and come forward. Realign your hands beneath your shoulders and maybe bring your knees in a little closer. And then inhale, reach the right leg up and arch your back. Round on the exhale, bring your knee to your forehead and hollow out strongly. Inhale, bring the leg up and the heart up. Exhale, round a second time. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, draw the leg back. And then exhale, round, knee to forehead. Good, now take the leg back on your inhale. Lean forward, exhale, drop the chin in the chest all the way down, keep the leg higher. Inhale, push up. And then exhale, bring the knee towards the forehead. Good, and press back to child's pose. 3 deep breaths here. And then come forward and we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg rises, chest lifts up. Exhale, round, knee comes towards your forehead, that's 1. Inhale. Exhale, knee comes in for 2. Inhale, extend and lift the heart. Exhale, round for 3. 1 more time, inhale. I like 4s. Exhale, you could do 5s or you could do 3s. Inhale, take the leg up. Lean forward, exhale, drop the chest and the chin. Inhale, push up. And then exhale, round, knee to forehead. And then child's pose, about 3 breaths. Stretch your arms out nice and long and kind of claw forward a little bit. Get a nice length in your arms, let your head release. Good, and then keeping your arms reaching forward, just move yourself forward onto your forearms and release your belly to the ground. Come into Sphinx posture. And you want to line your elbows underneath your shoulders, broaden through your collarbones, and reach through your tailbone and your toes. You can press down and lift the chest a little higher. Now have you look down and curl your toes into the mat, kind of inch them in just a little bit, and then pressing down into the forearms and the toes, lift your hips. We'll come into forearm plank pose for a couple of breaths. And you can just sort of work your elbows in, make sure they don't get too wide. One more breath. Good, 1 hand at a time. Let's come to plank pose. Right? So adjust if you need to. Hands under the shoulders. Get long and strong. Hug in on the upper arms. Lengthen. Take a breath in, exhale, downward facing dog. Yep, and just kind of reach out with your hands back through your heels. Press back. Breathe deeply. One more breath here. Good. Take a breath and look forward. Exhale, step your right foot towards your right thumb. Bring your fingertips alongside your front foot. As you inhale, sink the hips a little, lift the heart. And with your exhale, stretch the front leg straight and drop your head. Inhale, slowly sink the hips and lift the heart. And exhale, straighten. Forehead to shin. Inhale. And exhale, just moving through your range of motion. 1 more, breathing in. And exhale. Good, bend your front knee, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, step your left foot forward, inner hips width. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale.
exhale, fold. Stay here. You can go straight on the forward fold, or you can make it more of a ragdoll. Couple breaths. Good. Lift halfway on your inhale. And then on your exhale, go ahead and step or hop back, downward facing dog. Nice. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, left foot steps just towards your hand. Come to your fingertips. Nice and long. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, straighten through for one. Inhale, find your deep low lunge. Exhale, fold for two. Two more times, breathing in. And exhale, back for three. And we'll do one more. Inhale. And exhale, straighten for four. Good. Rebend the knee. Inhale, lift the heart. Step forward and exhale, come to fold. Take a few breaths. Very nice. This time, bend your knees deeply from where you are. Lift the arms, and as you inhale, come to Utkatasana. So you can always take your arms straight up in front of you, or you can bring the arms straight up. We'll hold for 3 breaths. Sit a little deeper for 2. Breathe in, exhale, fold it out. Inhale, lift part way. And then hands to the ground, exhale, step or hop lightly back to plank. Lower chaturanga to the ground. Walk your forearms forward, elbows underneath the shoulders. Find Sphinx pose. Stay and breathe. Then walk your toes in, curl them under, lift the hips, lift the thighs, hold 4. Breathe 3. Hold 2. And then from here, one hand, plank pose. 4 breaths. Breathe and exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe here, couple breaths. All right, at any point, you can add things to your down dog. You can lift a leg or take a twist, right, if you feel like it while we're holding. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, look forward, bend your knees, exhale, jump up. You can always step if you like. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Sit a little deeper. If you want, you can take your arms forward and lift your heels off the floor and squeeze those thighs together. One more breath. Deep breath in, exhale, fold it out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose. This time, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, come to your back bend. And exhale, move downward facing dog. Good. Take 2-3 breaths. Maybe a twist. Left hand to outer right thigh or leg. Yeah. And then other side. And come back to down dog for about 2 or 3 breaths. I'm going to try to tuck my shirt in. Yes. The joys, right? Okay. All right, guys. Take a deep breath in here. Look forward. Exhale, step or jump. Front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Once again, bend your knees. Inhale, rise. Utkatasana. Sit a little deeper if you want. Lift your heels off the floor for the 3 breaths that were here. Squeeze in strongly. Sit down a little deeper. One more. And then forward fold. Inhale. Hands to the ground, exhale back. Travel through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. So let's bring the right leg back behind. Don't move your upper body. Stay in down dog. Simply exhale the knee towards your nose, but don't round your back. Inhale, push back. Again, exhale. Notice my shoulders aren't moving. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good, and exhale. Now lift your left heel round forward and step your right foot towards your right hand. Here's your basic lunge. Keep your left fingers on the ground. Sweep your right arm up. Take a twist. And you can always put your left fingers on a block if you need that, instead of having your fingertips on the floor. Good. Take one more breath here. And then on your exhale, release the right hand down, straighten the right leg once again. Notice my back heel is lifted. You could sink it a little, or you could lift it a little, depending on how that feels, and fold. And then we're going to add that same twist. So either left fingertips or block, right arm up, hold. Inner thighs are sort of scissoring towards each other, keeping your hips level. One more breath. And then exhale, release the hand to the ground, bend your front knee. Move through vinyasa. Skip it if you like. All the way back to down dog. Take a few breaths. I think I'm going to slide my mat back just a little bit. Again, notwithstanding technical difficulties, we're making this work, right? All right, good. So let's bring the left leg back as you inhale. Maintain your down dog. Exhale, just bend your left knee, bring it towards you. And then inhale, push back. And again, exhale. So just the left leg is moving. Inhale it back, exhale it in. One more time, inhale. And then pull it in, exhale. Now lift your right heel high, round forward, and then step your left foot towards your left hand. Good, you're finding your basic lunge again. Right fingertips down, left arm up. See if you can turn from your belly and not from your hips. And this right arm, it's a light lever, so you're not pushing. Good. One more. And exhale the hand to the ground. Go ahead and straighten your front leg. Just take like 2 or 3 breaths here. Find the right height for your back heel. A little softness in your upper body, right? We're just moving through uncharted territory here. Who knows what the next movement's going to be? I don't. I really don't. You definitely don't. But you can't do this wrong, guys. You can't. Come on your fingertips. Extend your left arm up. Look up. And hug those inner thighs towards each other. Breathing. Good, and then release down. Taking your hands to the ground. Again, vinyasa if you care for one. No vinyasa if you don't. All the way back. Now we'll hold in down dog, but maybe you want to hold in child's pose. Maybe there's another posture that you care to do while we're holding. Feel free. We'll take one more breath here. And then inhale, look forward, bend your knees, exhale, jump up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. And this time, hands to the heart. Take your left elbow to the outer right thigh. Push your top hand against your bottom hand and rotate, look up. Couple breaths. Let's go the other way. Inhale, right elbow to outer left leg, exhale, and rotate. Good. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Get back to down dog any way you like. Nicely done. Right leg back. Knee comes in. Left heel reaches round forward. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Inhale, high lunge. Stay. You can bend your back knee a little bit. You can have your hands in prayer pose. Hands on the hips, whatever you like. And stay here, just settle into the hips. Stretch through the left leg if the leg is straight. Soften it a bit if you want to find a longer low back. Nicely done. Take your hands to your heart and then take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Push your top hand against your bottom hand, turn and rotate. So what's happening here is a practice is evolving of twists and lunges. That's what I'm going to go with. So let's see where it goes. Take one more breath. Nicely done. Hands to your heart. Inhale them up. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Once again, straighten your right leg. Good. And then if you want to walk your fingers back a little bit, make it a little harder, you can do that. Good. And then walk the fingers forward, bend your front knee. I will meet you in down dog. Get there the way you want. Make it your own. Good. All right, that repeater on the left side, we just do it once. Left leg back. Knee comes in. Then right heel lifts you, shift forward. Left foot steps up. Good. Inhale, raise the arms, come to high lunge. All the choices that you had on the other side, you have on this side. So you can soften your back knee, straighten your leg. Hands to the heart. Hold. And then bring your hands to your heart. Let's take that twist. Moving into the rotation first, then lowering the elbow. Squeeze your back leg straight. And use the elbow on the leg to rotate the chest. Take two more. And the hands are in prayer. You inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the ground. Reach straight in the left leg. And do, perhaps what you did on the other side. It's always good to be equal and even if all things are the same. Folding. Good. Rebend the knee. Plant your palms. Go ahead and make your way back to down dog. Maybe you want to add a chaturanga and a push up to down dog. I don't usually like to do that, but I did it today. Nice, you guys. Inhale, look forward. This time, exhale, jump wide. So you land in a squat at the front of the mat. And allow the knees to press open. Good. Maybe for the sake of the video, I'll simply turn to the front just so you can see the options for the twist here. So you can kind of snuggle your right shoulder to your inner knee. Extend your left arm out. Sweep the right arm up. You can also bind this by wrapping that arm around your front thigh. So right arm around right shin. Left arm behind your back. Good. And then you do the other side. Left arm extends, right arm lifts. You can stay here, you can create that bind if you want. Grab your hand and wrap around and open. Feels good. Nice on the shoulder. You can always use a strap. You can just be in squat if none of these twists work for you. Unwind from here. I'm going to turn. Yep, so we're back into our squat opener. Stay here or try Bakasana. Take your hands to the floor, walk back a little bit. Your knees come to the backs of your arms, or they just sort of snuggle and squeeze into your upper armpits. You shift forward. One or both feet can come up. Hold 3. Lift higher 2. And let's just come gracefully back down to squat. Hands to the heart. Nice. All right. Hands to the ground. Bring your feet together at the front of the mat. And then bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Left elbow to outer right thigh, rotated chair. From here, you can look down. Shift your weight to your right leg. And slowly peel your left leg up. Step it back. You can widen your stance a little if you need to. Find your reverse side angle. And let's go a little deeper. Keep your elbow on your thigh. Keep your chest lifted. Release your back knee to the floor. That's it. We're going to stay here. Left hand at your heart. Right arm reaches back. Bend the left knee so you can find your foot. And then take your hand down. And open up a little more. You can kind of let that front leg open. You can lean back. Good. Nice. Maybe you want to hold that foot in and fold further down. Come back up, release the foot. Bring your hands to the ground. Make that, or put that right foot back where it belongs. And lift your back knee. Good. And then we're going to step back. Right leg sweeps back. Open 3-point pose. Open up for a moment. Breathe in, and as you exhale, knee to left elbow for 1. There's a twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it to your elbow for 2. 1 more. Inhale, and as you exhale, once again, step your right foot, then your left foot forward, and fold. Okay. Now you can do these Utkatasanas with your feet together or inner hips width or whatever makes sense. I like to bring my feet together. So from here, bend your knees. Inhale, raise the arms. Hands to the heart. Exhale, right elbow to outer left thigh. Find your twist. I like to look down just to know where I am in space. Shifting the weight into my left leg, peel my right leg up and slowly step it forward and then maybe work my feet a little wider. Holding. Keep the chest lifted and try to drop your back knee to the floor. And find maybe a deeper twist here. And then your left hand reaches back. You're going to bend your back knee, find your foot, and once you do that, take your right hand down and widen your left foot. Good. One more breath. And then you come up, release the back leg. You want to work your foot back into alignment. Lift your back knee. Sweep the left leg back as you inhale. 3 repeaters. Exhale, knee to right elbow for 1. Inhale it up. Exhale it across for 2. Inhale. Exhale it to your right elbow, 3. Inhale and then exhale. Step the left foot, then the right foot forward and fold. Good. Let's bend both knees until you find sort of a shelf for your ribs to rest on your thighs. Straighten only your right leg and then take your left palm, you can use a block, onto your fingertips. Extend the right arm up and take a twist. And then we'll release down, bend both knees. Straighten only your left leg, take your right hand, just in front of you, try to get it under your shoulder, rotate, extend the left arm up. And release down. And straighten the legs, you can sort of heel toe the feet in a little bit. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. Hold 3, sit lower 2, 1, and exhale, fold it out. Going back through Vinyasa, inhale, hands to the ground, exhale, step or jump back and lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Take the right leg, reach it back. First, just bring the knee to your chest. Lift the left heel, shift forward. Stepping your right foot towards your right hand. Once again, this time, back heel down. We'll come to warrior 1. Inhale, rise. Nice work. You can lift the heart and bring the hands forward. You can arc back a little bit. Find your placement. Take a breath in, and this time exhale, bring the hands down. Keep your back heel on the floor. Straighten your front leg. So as we move through this practice, the way I think, now that I've sort of settled on twists and lunges or neutrally rotated postures, which are when the hips are facing forward, I inevitably know what one of the goal poses sort of has to be, and I don't like it. But I'm going to do it because it makes sense. But we're not there yet, so slide that right foot in a little. The left palm will either come on the big toe side of the foot, or if you can bring a pinky toe, that's fine. Use a block. Extend your right arm up, and then take your twist. Parvrita, Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Nice. And then we'll release that hand down. We're going to lift the back heel, bend the front knee. Good. Open up your right foot just a little bit and come down for a couple of breaths. Just lower yourself down into a low lizard here, just because it feels good. Okay, coming back up. Work that foot back in alignment with your knee. Plant your palms, lift your back knee, step into plank pose. Chaturanga if you want. Skip it if you want. Left leg rises. Knee comes in, lift your right heel, shift forward. Everything is sort of broken down. Left foot to left hand, right heel comes down. Inhale, rise. Virabhadrasana 1. Hands will lower to the floor. You're gonna straighten through your front leg. This back foot can move forward a little. If you needed to, you can use blocks underneath your hands. Take Parshvottanasana. And then we'll add the twist. Right hand either big toe side of the foot or pinky toe side. Left hand on your hip. Lengthen through your spine. Rotate from your belly. Extend the left arm up. Feel free to look up or down. And then release it. Let's come into that little lizard for a few breaths. So back knee drops, and you can bring your hands to the inside of the front leg. Prop up on blocks, or just go a little deeper. Give the hips a little room from side to side. Nicely done, you guys. Let's come back up from here. And rather than take a vinyasa, bring your left knee next to your right knee. Stretch your right arm forward. Thread the left arm underneath. And find a twist here. I like to bring my arm alongside my ear, but you can do anything to put that arm where it's comfortable, whether it's here or behind you or up in the air. And we'll slide the right hand in, stretch the left arm forward. Go ahead and do the other side. Good. Come out of that slowly. Reach your hands forward, come to down dog. Let's walk the hands back to the feet and just find a forward bend here. No need to be super specific. Just take like the hold that you really like. Then we'll release that and sort of roll up to stand. And now that you're up here, let's shift the weight into the left leg. Bring your right knee up. You can even hug your knee with your hand and then grab the little toe side of the foot with your left hand or use a strap. And you can keep your knee bent, or you can begin to move the foot forward with the leg bent, or you can work a straighter leg. And you can hold, and I'm turning, but I'm going to keep my eyes forward just to hold the pose. Turning my right shoulder away from my right foot. One more. And then we'll come through center and come to the other side. Right hand can sort of ground the right leg. Left knee starts to come up. Grab the knee with your hand so you can pull that thigh up higher. And that way you can find your foot. And then you can extend the leg forward and the left arm back. You can push off of your foot with your hand to turn the left shoulder back. The head doesn't have to go with the twist. It's nice just to hold your space and not fall over. Good. And then turn forward and release back down into forward fold. And then right back out into your down dog. Okay. Now notice in this practice, as you stay in down dog, that I haven't done one externally rotated posture. No warrior twos, no triangles, no side angles. It just didn't sort of come up today in my practice for me. I did a lot of it yesterday. And so today, this is sort of where my instinct was. That's just my practice, but that is how I write classes. So that's an example of how you can categorize, sort of your postures as well. Okay. Right leg back, left heel lifts, pull it all in and step forward. We sort of condensed all of that, right? Okay, from your basic lunge, Here's the pose. Reach your left arm forward, coming onto your fingertips. Let me slide back a little bit. Use a block underneath your left hand if you need it. Come onto the left hand, right leg. Kick your left leg up and rotate. Okay? Oh, and I can see, I gotta drop my leg a little bit. Okay, right arm up. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. I hate this pose. Why would I pick it? I feel like it picked me. Take one more breath. And then, yeah, exhale. Let's just step it back. Good. And go right back to down dog. And let's just get the other side over with. Bring your left leg up. Raise your heel. Bring your knee in. Step forward. Good. You see how I work in my practice. Right arm out. Come onto the left leg and the right hand. Rotate and bring your left arm up. This time, take your left hand down, step your right foot forward, and hang in a ragdoll. Nicely done. One more Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale, lift the arms. This time, arms out in front. Come high up onto your balls of your feet. And see if you can come down super, super slow until you're essentially in a toe squat. And you can just drop your thighs level to the floor. Bring your palms in front of your heart. Let's take a twist. Turn to the right. Feel free to stay here, or if you want, plant your palms, hug your knees against your left tricep, lean forward, and see if you can just pick those feet up. Parshvabhakasana. Good. And then come through center, and we'll do the other side. Maybe I'll turn around. Yeah. All right, so now we're rotating, palms and the hands together, turn to the left. You can stay here, or you can plant your palms, hug your legs against your right tricep, lean forward, and see if you can pick your feet up. Good. Come through center. Now let's just sit down on the ground. Hey, the floor feels good. Maybe I'll turn this way. Still have to figure this whole thing out. Legs are going to straighten out in front of you. Bring the arms up on your inhale. Exhale, fold into a nice quiet posture here of Paschimottanasana. Stay here for a few breaths and just catch your breath. I mean, in this particular case, in the way I came onto my mat with no agenda whatsoever, as I started to build one posture into the next, it sort of started to show itself to me, and I followed that through line. I wasn't all over the place and, sort of adding in things maybe that didn't make sense, but that's also because I'm writing classes a lot of the time, and I can't do that to my students, but you can just follow your instincts and move as you're inspired to move. You can't do this wrong, okay? Take one more breath in your seated forward bend. Good. And then we'll just come up and let's do some more twists, but let's add a little bit of hips. So let me turn forward, and then why don't you just tuck your left foot towards your right hip, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Now, if you can't make this stack, I like to sit up and sort of squeeze my legs together so I get that good stack, but sitting on a block or a blanket or anything else is helpful as well. And instead of a straight up forward fold, let's take the right arm out to the side, left arm next to your ear, and we'll work into a side lean here. And I love this variation because my left hip can't come up because my right leg is on top of it, and I get a nice stretch here. So breathe. Good, and come
twist to the right. So left, I'll say forearm to the outside of the knee. So you're not pulling yourself, but just place that forearm on the outside of the knee. Right arm behind you. And then rotate to the right and look past your shoulder. But you can definitely do whatever you want with that left hand. I just don't like to, feel like I'm pulling. Good, and then we'll turn forward and now let's fold down. Bring your hands forward, let your belly rest on your thighs. If you feel enough when you're sitting up, you don't have to fold forward. You can also take this somewhere else if you like for the time that we're holding here. Good. And then we'll come back up to sit and just switch legs. Any way that sort of makes sense to do. And when you're all set up, left arm out to the side, right arm next to your ear, lean out. If you can get your elbow onto the floor, maybe a block, and you can go deeper, or you're up on your hand. I love the way this feels on my right hip and hip flexor. It's such a nice deep stretch. And we'll come up, and then we'll twist to the left. Good, turn yourself forward and go deeper on this hip opener by leaning forward or resting, belly on thighs. Great, and then come back up from here, and you're going to unwind the legs, and let's just allow the legs to open out wide. So we've done none of this yet. Nothing externally rotated. So this actually feels really good just to sit like this. You can fold forward if you like and get a little more into the inner thighs. So, sort of figure that out a little bit, wherever you want to be, upright or right to your fold. We'll stay for a few breaths. Good, walk yourself back up if you're folded. Lean back and draw the legs together. And come onto your backs. And let's go down, unless you don't want to, let's go down slowly so that we have the benefit of the core work here. Just imagining that you're touching each vertebra of your spine onto the floor before the next one, so that it's a little bit extra reinforcement of that core work. And then there's that sweet moment where your body comes to the ground. It feels really good. Yeah, and we'll just sort of stay here. A couple breaths. And let your knees rest together and keep your feet a little wide in constructive rest here. Nicely done. All right, knees are back about hip bone distance apart. You're going to slide your hips over to let's go to the right first. Bring your knees up and over to the left. And we finish in our supine twist here. Trying to turn the chest to face the ceiling, keeping your hip and your shoulder in line. That's why we shift the hips first. And then just feel the ribs roll with your breath. So my goal in teaching this class to you today this way is to show you. Now yes, I've been teaching for a long time and I've been practicing this way for a long time, but I started like this and I just figured it out. Those of you who have taken yoga long enough, you know what to do. You just have to get out of your head a little bit and just move for the joy of movement. Come through center,
Shift your hips center and then over to the left. Knees come to the right and you open up to the other side. So one of the nice things for you guys is that you're not writing classes for anybody. You can do whatever you want. It could make no sense whatsoever, and it's fine. It makes a difference if I do it and it doesn't make sense. But for you, just try putting on your favorite music and just moving. Even if it's for 5-10 minutes, begin to develop such a strong connection to your body and to your practice. And honestly, you learn so much about the poses when you're figuring it out. But center your hips and either stretch your legs forward, or you can do this part sitting up if you like. Just allow yourself to rest or to be still and to be quiet. You had no expectations when you started. I had no expectations. I didn't know where we'd be going today. And now you can let all of that go. You don't have to hang on to anything. Just release. Whatever it is you just did, enjoy what's left behind, which are the feelings and the sensations and the movement of energy and the open receptivity of your body. This practice is a gift because it actually requires no equipment. We benefit from technology or classes or props, even a yoga mat, but it's not necessary and you can do it anywhere. Just have your breath. So feel free to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, if you care to, you can help yourself from where you are up to a cross-leg seat. And the palms of the hands will come together in front of the heart. You can silently close your practice in a way that feels meaningful to you. I've so enjoyed taking this journey with you. May the space between where you are and where you want to be inspire you. Namaste.